The Bold and the Beautiful, September 2025. Luna's Secret, Will's Trap, and the psychological game that changes everything in a city already strained by scandal and secrets. The Bold and the Beautiful takes a sharp psychological turn this week as Will Spencer finds himself locked in a dangerous mental chess match with Luna Nozawa. What started as a disturbing mystery has now become something far more sinister, a mind game with no clear end, no obvious truth, and stakes higher than anyone could have anticipated. And when Luna sends a message that rips open the past, Will is forced to question everything. What really happened that night? Who's telling the truth? And most disturbingly, if he's not the victim. It begins with a single image. A mask. Not just any mask, a cat mask. The same one from the night Will can't remember. Attached to it is a message that chills him to the core. That night was our secret. Just ours. Will stares at the photo in disbelief. It's not the first message he's received, but this one crosses a line. It's intimate, provocative, and calculated. It's a challenge, a statement, a threat disguised as nostalgia. It forces him back to the night of his party, back to the haze, the missing moments, the fragments of memory that refuse to come together. And worst of all, it confirms something he's been trying to deny. Luna was there. The implications hit hard. Will knows Luna is unstable. He knows she's been watching him. He knows she vanished after the party, only to reappear with hollow explanations and foggy recollections. But this message changes the rules. This message isn't desperate. It's confident. And that terrifies him more than anything. Will takes the message straight to Liam, who insists it's time to go to the police. But Will isn't ready to make that move, not yet. He needs answers, not just accusations. He needs to understand why. So he does the one thing no one expects. He sets a trap. Will crafts a reply. If it's just our secret, then meet me. Let's talk. No more hiding. He sends it. Then he waits. 4 hours. Then a reply. A time. A place. Alone. The plan is simple. He'll meet Luna, draw her out, get her to talk, record the conversation, if necessary. He'll get her to confirm what happened. Not just for justice, but for closure, for peace, for the truth. But Luna is one step ahead. Will arrives at the meeting spot, a quiet garden behind an old museum, just before sundown. It's eerily quiet. The wind shifts. And then she's there, Luna, pale, calm, dressed in white, like she's already mourning something. She doesn't run. She doesn't deny. She smiles. You wanted to talk, she says. Will keeps his voice steady. He demands to know why she sent the message. Why she's stalking him. Why she keeps playing games with the past. But Luna doesn't react. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a small flash drive. Before you ask more questions, she says softly, you should see this. She hands it to him, then walks away. Back at Liam's place, Will plugs the drive into a laptop. What he sees is not what he expects. It's a video from the night at the party. The footage is shaky, recorded from a camera in the hallway near Will's bedroom. It shows two figures, Will and Luna lying, stumbling, touching, drunk, but not out of control. There's no force, no fear. Will, in the video, is leading her into the room. Then the audio cuts in. Laughter. Whispers. Will's voice. No one has to know, Luna, it's just us, right? Will nods in the footage. They close the door. Liam freezes the video. Silence fills the room. Will backs away from the screen like it's poison. He remembers none of it. Not the hallway. Not the conversation, not the intimacy, but the evidence is there. It's not threatening. It's not violent. It's consensual. It's warm. And that's what breaks him. Because everything he thought he knew about the night, about Luna, about himself begins to fracture. He remembers waking up alone, confused, disoriented. He remembers believing something had been done to him. That he had been manipulated, used, But now he has to face the possibility that he was the one who initiated it. That Luna disappeared not because she was guilty but because she was afraid he would change the story. And worse, maybe he already has. Will spirals. He stops returning Liam's calls. He deletes the trap recordings. He locks himself in his apartment and watches the video on repeat, trying to find anything clears the fog in his memory. But the truth doesn't change. Luna followed him because she was trying to reach out. The mask wasn't a threat, it was a symbol. A memory. A connection. He doesn't tell anyone what he saw. Not even Liam. And that silence becomes the next move in Luna's game. Because the next day, Luna returns to work as if nothing happened. Calm. Focused. Composed. Li warns her again to stay away from Will. Luna agrees. But privately, she smiles. Because she knows. She turned the tables. The hunter is now the haunted. She doesn't send more messages. She doesn't need to. Will is already unraveling. Every time he sees her now, he flinches. Not in fear. In guilt. Shame. Confusion. He begins avoiding work. He skips family dinners. Even Steffi notices something is off. She brings it up to Ridge. Brooke overhears. The whispers begin again. Another Spencer scandal. Liam presses for answers, but Will says nothing. Because deep down, the question gnaws at him. What if I wasn't the victim? What if I'm the one who forgot the truth? And Luna, she plays it quiet. She doesn't gloat. She doesn't provoke. She just waits. Because she knows how memory works. How fear works. How power shifts in silence. She lets the guilt ferment. And in doing so, she wins. But the story isn't over. Because secrets don't stay buried. Flash drives get lost. Then found. Li begins asking questions. Deacon notices Luna's behavior changing. Carter overhears something he shouldn't. Sheila, watching from the shadows, starts putting the puzzle together. And the truth, whatever it is starting to surface. But now the question is no longer just what happened that night. It's who's going to tell the story first. Because in The Bold and the Beautiful, truth is never objective. It's a weapon. And the one who tells it first wins. Unless, of course, Simeon remembers. The Bold and the Beautiful, September 2025, Sheila's breaking point, Luna's escalation, and the secret that could shatter everything this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. Danger doesn't knock, it walks right through the front door wearing a familiar face. Sheila Carter Sharp, a woman known for her past sins and infamous manipulations, now faces a choice more difficult and potentially more destructive than any she has ever faced before. Luna Nozara, her granddaughter by blood, has crossed the threshold from trouble to unstable, and the reckless games she's playing are threatening not just Sheila's fragile redemption, but the very foundation of the family Sheila has fought so hard to protect. At the heart of the storm is a secret tone Sheila has buried deep, a truth hidden even from Deacon Sharp, the man who gave her a second chance and a ring. But as Luna's erratic behavior spirals into dangerous territory, Sheila realizes that if she doesn't act soon, that secret could explode. And when it does, it won't just take her down, it could take down Finn, Hayes, and the last threads of her redemption. It begins with a slip. Luna's obsession with Will Spencer was already a red flag. The messages, the masked threats, the stalking, the cat-and-mouse dynamic that shifted into something deeper and more disturbing. Sheila watched it all unfold from a distance, unwilling to interfere directly but closely monitoring every move. At first, she dismissed it as emotional Faluda girl unraveling under pressure, chasing connection, trying to anchor herself to anything solid after losing control of her life. But then Luna's focus shifted, from Will to Steffi, from games to strategy, from messages to manipulation. And that's when Sheila's alarms began screaming. Because Steffi isn't just anyone. She's Finn's wife, Hayes' mother, the woman whose trust Sheila has tried and failed for years to earn. And now, her blood was walking straight toward the one line that can never be crossed. It's no longer about will. It's about proximity, influence, control, and maybe something worse. At first, Sheila tries to reason with herself that Luna doesn't know what she's doing, that she's confused, that it's not intentional. But that hope dies quickly when she hears about the incident at the Cliff House. Luna caught inside when no one was supposed to be home. Hayes' toys disturbed, Steffi shaken, Finn angry, and Luna silent. No excuse, no apology. Just that eerie calm she started to adopt when cornered. It only gets worse. Sheila intercepts a voicemail left on Finn's personal phone, a disguised voice, clearly Luna's, whispering about Hayes. He misses me, the voice says. He knows I understand him better than anyone. The message ends with a distorted laugh. Sheila plays it on loop, her blood going cold. This is no longer erratic behavior. This is escalation. And Luna isn't just risking exposure. She's threatening lives. And the timing couldn't be worse. Because Deacon has started asking questions. He's noticed Sheila's mood swings. The sudden tension. The late-night phone calls. The missed dinners. And he's noticed Luna's name coming up more and more in hushed conversations in concerned tones. He asks Sheila directly, "What's going on with your granddaughter?" She lies. Instantly, reflexively. She's fine, just going through something. I've got it under control, but she doesn't. And she knows it, because Luna is no longer predictable. She's not hiding. She's leaning in, pushing boundaries, showing up at Forrester Creations unannounced, asking to shadow Steffi's design team, offering to help with Hayes' after-school routine. Her tone is friendly. Her smile is soft. But behind it all, there's calculation, a purpose, a mission no one can quite define. And then comes the worst moment. Sheila finds Luna outside Deacon's restaurant standing at the corner across the street, just watching. When she confronts her, Luna doesn't deny it. She doesn't flinch. "I'm just curious," Luna says, "about how much he knows. About you." And in that instant, Sheila knows. Luna isn't spiraling. She's threatening. She knows the secret, or at least part of it. The one Sheila buried after her prison release. The one Deacon doesn't know. The one that, if exposed, would invalidate their marriage, violate parole, and make Sheila a fugitive all over again. It's not about murder. Not this time. It's not even about violence. It's about identity. Sheila changed something. Someone. A falsified medical report. A tampered DNA record. Something connected to Hayes. Something she did out of desperation to secure a bond. To manufacture a connection. To earn forgiveness. And now Luna has access to it. Possibly evidence of it. And she's using it like a blade. Not to destroy Sheila, but to control her. Luna doesn't want revenge. She wants leverage. And she has it. So Sheila is trapped. She can protect the secret or protect her family. But not both. And time is running out. Finn is already on edge. Steffi is tightening security. Ridge is asking questions. Li too. Li is threatening full psychiatric evaluation. Taylor is furious. And Deacon, he's starting to sense that the woman he married may still be hiding something dangerous. If Luna pushes further, if she leaks what she knows, it could tear all of them apart. Sheila considers confronting Deacon, telling him the truth. But she knows what that means. The end of the marriage. The end of trust. Possibly jail. And if that happens, she won't be there to protect Finn. Or Hayes. Or anyone. So she does what she's always done. She weighs the odds, calculates the cost, and considers the one thing she swore she'd never do again. Take control. By any means necessary. She starts watching Luna's movements more closely, tracks her devices, follows her without being seen. She discovers something chilling. Luna has a second phone, a private one. And on it, messages not just to Will or Finn but to an anonymous third party. Someone named Echo. The messages are cryptic, vague, but they confirm Sheila's worst fear. Luna's not acting alone. There's someone else in play. Someone pulling strings, feeding her paranoia, pushing her to act. And that makes her even more dangerous. Sheila meets with Li in private. The conversation is cold, professional. Sheila tells her the truth or enough of it. That Luna is unstable. That she has leverage. That she's escalating. Li doesn't believe her until Sheila plays the voicemail. The one to Finn. She's not well, Li whispers. She's dangerous. Sheila corrects. Li wants to involve the authorities, but Sheila stops her. If you go public, she go nuclear. She blow everything up. She doesn't care anymore. Then what do we do? Sheila's answer is simple. We end it. Li stares at her, speechless. You mean we stop protecting her. I mean we take away her power. All of it, and just like that, the two enemies find themselves aligned. Not out of trust, not out of friendship, but out of survival. Together, they build a plan, an intervention, a reveal, a backup strategy. Sheila gathers the original evidence Luna may have stolen. Li brings in a neutral psychiatrist under a confidentiality agreement. The trap is set, but Luna is already ahead. She shows up to Finn's hospital shift, calm and smiling. We should talk, she says. About your son. Finn freezes. What about him? Luna just smiles. Nothing yet. That night, Sheila makes the call. To Deacon. To confess. The truth is coming out one way or another. But Luna's final move is yet to be seen. And Sheila knows, if she's underestimated her granddaughter's capacity for destruction, everything she's tried to protect will burn. Because in the bold and the beautiful, redemption has a price. And sometimes, family isn't the reason you survive. It's the reason you fall.